All right, time now to go behind the bench with head coach Derek Lalonde. And coach, let's first talk about this last weekend. You go, well, another unbeaten in regulation weekend. You go 102 minutes and 13 seconds without a goal, but you still managed to pick up at least a point in all three games.
Well, I think it credits to where we are defensively right now. It's been a point of emphasis. We had a segment earlier where we almost gave up 4 goals a game. I think we won our segment. I think we were 2 or 3 and 2 in that segment, but we weren't good enough. And it's been a point of emphasis, and we're really good defensively. The other thing that was exciting in this sequence is we got scored against first in all 3 games and found a way to get points in all 3 games. And we were trailing in the third by 2 goals and found a way to win. So there's some nice character wins in that, and we're unbeaten our last 8. It's a quality. It's a credit to the guys and where we're at right now.
It's a very similar stretch, seems to be what happened last year as well. Earlier in the year, giving up a lot of goals, started to lock things down, and then all of a sudden the season changed for you.
Well, it's something structurally. When you're implementing things, you're tracking soft lock, back check mentality or defensive zone. When you keep pounding it to the guys, they've done a good job picking it up. And what's very exciting is we're sitting here 1/4 of the way into the season, and we knew this was we've had 14 of our 18 games on the road. The 2 more this weekend, we're going to have 18 of our first 20 on the road. It was very important in these 20 games. Our goals internally within the office with Coach Watson and I was we just wanted to not let the division get ahead of us and kind of stay above water. And I think we've exceeded that. We find ourselves in first place right now. Couldn't be any more happy with the start of our season.
Yeah, clearly in exceeding when you're sitting atop everybody else as far as the North Division is concerned. Coach, you also set a record on Sunday, 54 shots in the game. That's a new Toledo Walleye single game record. The old Toledo Storm had a game where they got to 66. That'd be tough to do in a game nowadays. But talk about the way you perform, especially that third period in overtime, complete domination.
Very impressive. We talk about having will a lot. We talk about offensive will, forcing yourself to create offense. And we came off a night on Saturday where we only had 6 scoring chances the entire game. I think we managed our game well. It was a good road point against a team that was probably managing their game very well on Saturday in Fort Wayne. But it was our 3rd game in 3 days. Kalamazoo had the night off. When we got down 3-0 late in the second, it would have been very easy to chalk it up and give up a bit. But our guys went the other way. And we got one late in the period by Schwinnard there, and then we just played an unbelievable third period. That offensive will we talked about, we dominated, and we got what we deserved, and that was 2 points on the road on Sunday.
All right, coming up this week for the Toledo Walleye, just 2 games, Thursday and Friday, both at Indianapolis, taking on the Fuel, a team you have not seen coach since the first night of the season, which was a 3-2 shootout loss against Indy. Take us through what you're thinking this week.
I liked them. The first time we played them, I thought that would be a top team in the West, and they've kind of going through what we have with some call-ups and injuries, but a quality opponent, well coached, very good in their special teams. A good challenge for us. We need 1 win, 1 point, and 1 win to get our segment. That'll be our goal going in there. It's always tough winning on the road. It's always tough winning in Indy. But I like the fact, especially with how much travel and how crazy travel's been early, the fact that we're going in for 1 opponent for 2 games. So a good challenge for us.
Is it even tougher when you're going back-to-back against the same team on the road?
It is, but it's not in some aspects. Pre-scout, you're planning. I think we seem to perform well when we get familiar with our opponents, which is a good sign for our guys.
All right, that's it. Toledo going to Indy for a pair this week. They'll be back home next week starting on December the 9th, hosting the Evansville Icemen. You can get your tickets at ToledoWalleye.com.